Dave Wurzel, and this is PHTV4 Spotlight. And today we're at Little Red Schoolhouse. We're doing an update on activities and programs in the Forest Preserve. We're meeting with Maritza Rocha, who's the director, the Nature Center director at Little Red Schoolhouse, right?
That's
it's
right.
Nice to be visiting with you again. Thank you for taking the time.
Yeah, thank you, Dave, for having me. Really happy to be here with everyone, and thanks for tuning in.
And I guess we should start by saying, even though there's snow on the ground, it's almost happy spring. We're days away from spring, and it doesn't really quite feel like spring.
It sure doesn't. I believe we might have a nice little heat wave coming up, but who knows right now with this weather that's been changing lately.
It is, right? Well, typical spring in Chicago, right?
That's right.
So, and that's the irony of what we're here to talk about. So, spring is days away, or by the time this is on the air, we'll be in spring. We've already had some nice weather. So we've got new programs, new activities at the in the various forest preserve areas, okay? And that's what we want to talk about, get an update on. So maybe before we even get into that a little bit, how have things been here recently as we start to open up more, or the weather gets a little bit better?
Sure, Dave. So right now what we're doing here at Little Red Schoolhouse Nature Center is we're just getting the grounds ready. We've had a lot of outdoor engagement programming due to COVID, obviously, but we're getting ready to just open up more of our trails, getting ready just to get the ground set for more visitors, since it's about to get nicer out. Once the sun's out, we have a lot more visitors coming, and we want to make sure that we're ready and that we also have areas that are available and open for them.
I got you. Now, does that mean will capacity increase for the Forest Reserve, for the Nature Center? Because I know part of your parking lot is closed off right now.
Yes, last year we did have 50% capacity. This year we opened it up slightly a little bit more, so we're more like at maybe 75, 60% capacity roughly just in our parking lot. But that doesn't include the neighboring groves that we have as well, which there's also parking available there.
Okay.
Yes, we do feel that it's going to increase this year, just because last year we were barely opening up even out, the trails and having programming. But right now, people are really, really hungry to be outside.
Yes.
So we want to make sure that we're able to accommodate everyone safely, still, physically
Right.
distancing and wearing masks when they come inside the building.
Right. So that would be the next thing. So the building is not open yet. I mean, maybe that'll change. Things are getting better in Illinois. It seems like we're headed that way. But as of right now, people can't get inside the Nature Center.
Yes, correct. Well, people cannot get inside into the interactive building or where we have our animal exhibits, but our restrooms are currently open.
Okay.
So we do have the receptionist area, or more like the welcoming desk area. So we do have people and guests coming in and asking various questions. But right now, unfortunately, we haven't gotten the go to open inside or to have groups inside the building. But we are still having groups outside, so we're
Okay.
still engaging visitors outdoors.
So, and just as a quick note, I take it that's typical of like nature centers throughout Cook County right now then, right? Like
Yes.
maybe open for bathroom use, but not for indoor programming.
Yes, correct. So right now there are 6 nature centers in Cook County, forest preserves. And yes, that's correct, Dave. Right now, we are slowly sort of still opening up procedures, but we just haven't gotten the go yet. We are hoping that soon we'll get word. Also, again, COVID guidelines, we've been following them to the T, and we really are hoping, so we are prepping ourselves. There is a possibility, I just don't have that answer for everyone quite yet. We are open outdoors, and the only thing I could say is encourage people to check our website,
Okay.
our Facebook, and to check for those daily updates.
Right. And I've been on your website. It is very good. It's very informative about what's happening. So maybe that's a little bit what we can talk about now. People might want to know, like, are there, let's do the negative side first maybe. Are there certain programs or events or activities that would happen in the spring that this year are not happening? And then maybe we'll take a look at what programs are happening. So.
Sure. Actually, some great news is we're just flowing with all programs, but we are modifying them.
Oh,
so
wonderful.
we're doing everything outdoors still. We do have a little wriggle room, so if we do open, then we can go ahead and start having, even tours inside or things like that is one of the proposed items that we had asked for to when we open up, more of like a soft opening. But for now, we currently are having programming throughout the week. We also still have and host virtual programming. So we're kind of doing hybrid programs right now with the forest preserves. Traditionally, yes, we would already be having various events that we would be getting ready for throughout the forest preserves, or something that we annually host. Right now, so for example, the Maple Fest out at one of our nature preserves, right now that'll be more like allocated time entry or tours that will be outdoors. So that's more of what we're looking at. But specifically speaking, we do have like Earth Week that's coming up from April 19th till about the 25th of April. And during that whole week, we'll have pickup locations where we'll be hosting various things. Anything from like water conservation and harvesting, anything from litter pickup, but also programming that has to do with Earth Week, anything along those lines. So that's one of the big events that the Forest Preserves will be hosting this coming spring.
So it sounds like a lot of the things that normally happen in the spring are, but they're modified in some way.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we can definitely say that. We are this year, something different that we are doing is we are engaging more of our night programming. And what that is we normally have the nature center or even the trails open from dusk to dawn. Nature centers are open from 8 to 4 p.m.
Right.
And for us in particular, anything after that becomes an evening or a night program. So we are hosting what we called, and that's the moon hikes.
Oh, wow.
That we're having, the moon walks. And we want to have those every single month whenever we have a full moon. And we're offering these to the public because it's important to find out about nature in the evening. Also, we're still in COVID, so we want to encourage individuals to come out for an evening stroll, right? Since we always have the forest preserves and have programming during the day, we sort of want to open this new endeavor to the public and let them know that we are having evening and night hikes moving forward. We actually have about 50, roughly, maybe 60 of them this year that we're looking to move forward with. So it's really exciting because we also have bilingual programs that will be available. We'll have Aves de la Noche, which is, birds of prey or birds of the night. And we're really excited about those types of programs because, again, we are engaging people and welcoming our visitors back to the forest preserves, because we understand that, we've been pretty much enclosed in our homes. So we definitely want to let people know that it's time to come on out and we're open and to check us out on the website.
That night walk sounds really interesting. I know a lot of us think about, I'm going to go for a walk, and it's always a morning or day or afternoon kind of thing.
Yeah.
But nature doesn't stop. I mean, right. At night, it's busy and active in a whole other way that most of us don't typically get to enjoy. So that is interesting. I'm going to look forward to a chance to do something like that. So you're talking about here. Can you address a little bit, like what about the neighboring, like Camp Bullfrog or some of the other neighboring, Camp Sagwa, the other sites? Are they all kind of functioning like Little Red Schoolhouse? Are activities happening but modified? Sure. Are campsites available? Those kinds of things?
Yes. Right now we have Camp Bullfrog and then Camp Sullivan that are the closest ones to Little Red Schoolhouse or in the Palos area. And those are currently also at 50% capacity. We are expecting to have campers out and have programming as well as, like night programs, but also like bonfires and things like that. We also have Swallow Cliff that's also been open, although some closures have happened here and there. But they will also be having programs, or we will be delivering programs in that specific location. And then nature centers. We have Sagawau Nature Center, and they are still hosting programs just as we do, but just slightly different. As I mentioned previously, there are 6 nature centers throughout the district of Cook County, but all of them have sort of like a different flavor,
Right.
depending, right? Even the geography, right, so to speak,
Right.
is a little bit different. So we do try to tweak a few things here and there, but to answer your question, yes, all the nature centers are currently having programming, in-person programs, as well as our zones. So what I mean by that is we have programming that's offered and available in the groves. So not necessarily just here in our enclosed trails, but in other locations.
Okay.
And you can check out that information on our website, and you will be able to check on there. There's 6, nature centers or even the zone areas and where programs are offered.
Okay, good. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. I've been on the website. It's an excellent website, very current, and it sounds like there's some interesting activities and opportunities for people this spring. I don't know. Maybe we've covered everything. Is there anything else you think people need to know about a visit to the Forest Preserve today?
Yeah, just be very mindful. We are still in COVID, so just make sure that you are physically distanced with other individuals and that you're wearing a mask. I understand if you're outdoors, it's not necessarily needed, but if you do register to any programming with the Forest Preserves of Cook County, your mask is required. Also, the water fountains are not open yet, which is a huge plus,
So
right,
bring
for
water?
people. Oh yeah, please bring your water. Please bring those containers, and then obviously always dress accordingly. Check the website. We are continuously changing and modifying things on the website, and it's the best place for you to check out that information.
Okay, good, good. Those good advice, good tips there. Check the website. Dress for the weather like we're trying to today. I didn't think a few days ago we wouldn't have done dressed like this, and maybe in a few more days we won't. Right? We'll
Right.
be able to enjoy it a little better. Yeah, things like, yes, you have access to a bathroom, but bring your own water.
Correct,
You know,
yes.
those kind of things. Wear a mask if you're coming to a program. Good, all
Yes.
good. I think that's good. Anything else you want to say? Or we?
We're here. We are open, and if any of you have any questions, please visit our welcome tent or visit our welcoming receptionist area in any of our nature centers. Here at Little Red Schoolhouse, we're always waiting, and we also do deliver impromptu programs often. And what I mean by that is if there's a group of people that are here at the Forest Preserves, then we're able to deliver a program right immediately at that moment. And that's a real bonus.
Wow, that is a nice offer.
Because we're inside, and we honestly babysit sometimes the outdoors, and we're like, hey, let's take one of our animals and bring nature outside, right? Nature's out here, but right now our animals and our animal ambassadors are inside and have not had visitors visit, so we're bringing them outside. So please look out for us bringing more of our indoor nature exhibits outdoors for the public, because we know that right now we are very limited with what we can do inside, and we just want to be able to, introduce and bring out our animal ambassadors. So we have impromptu programs that do happen.
That's a good point. Yeah, you do have, some birds of prey over here.
Yes.
You do have some wildlife. We know we're headed, the migration season has started.
That's correct.
Birds are moving through. You've got a great attraction with the lake over there, moving through the area. So other good opportunities for people.
Indeed. So hi, we're here at Little Red Schoolhouse with Sofia Vela, one of our naturalist ones. Sophia, could you tell us a little bit of why you have one of our birds of prey out here and walking?
Right. Well, on my glove today, I have a barred owl. This is an owl species that you can find living along wetland environments. Like here we have our giant slough right behind us. And we use our animals as education ambassadors to represent for their species. All the bird of prey that we house at our nature centers are injured wildlife. And we like to refrain that message to the public that these are still injured animals and they still are wild animals to this day. And we use them for educational programming, and we take them on walks for enrichment, and also just engage the public so people can get an up-close encounter with the animal.
Very good. Okay, good. Thank you. Marissa, thank you again. It's always a pleasure talking with you. I'm glad to hear things are still happening. You're offering so many wonderful things and some new things coming up, some things to look forward to. So thanks again.
All right, thank you, Dave.
I'm Dave Wurzel. This is PHTV4. You're watching Spotlight, and we are getting an update from the Forest Preserve District in Cook County. Specifically, we're at Little Red Schoolhouse with Maritza. Thank you for watching.